Hello and welcome to an overview of ReadWrite's China's 100 most influential technology companies landscape. In this video, I'm going to go over what this landscape is, how it's come to be, how it's powered, and then also what are the interesting things that we can do with the landscape. But first of all, let's look into how it's built. So this landscape is built by two parties primarily, ReadWrite and Spoke Intelligence. Now, I work at ReadWrite as the head of media in China, and I helped construct this landscape in the way of working with some of my peers here in China and Shenzhen specifically to look at what companies were really making an impact here, not only in terms of raising large amounts of money, but maybe shifting industries or becoming essential parts of other B2B businesses. And with this list, we approach Spoke Intelligence, and Spoke Intelligence helps us create online profiles, run analytics, create graphics, and all of this is in order for us to understand what the most important content is on the ReadWrite side. So ReadWrite is a media company, and what we're looking to get out of this is the interesting statistics, understanding what the top stories are, and being able to track how all of these 100 companies are evolving, changing, and just everyday operating in business here. So in partnership with ReadWrite and Spoke Intelligence is really how this landscape is powered. But I believe the best way to explain this landscape is to give you a small demo of what it's able to do itself. So what we're looking at right now is sort of the home screen for the landscape for the China's 100 most influential technology companies. And through this portal, we can see many different things. We can see all of the market trends that are going on, as well as quick statistics here with the total funding. Obviously, the amount of companies is 100. But we can see what the top stories involving all these companies are. We can see by popularity what the top links are. So Xiaomi introducing a new phone, Baidu and JD.com are partnering, and all these different things will link you directly to the website where that article is actually hosted. And going through these, we can also go and just see the pure list of the companies, and each of these companies have individual profiles where you can go and find more specific information about that company. And then if you want additional information, you can follow the executives of these companies, the board members, representatives of the various investors, and then the investors themselves. You can see who's done the most investments, being Sequoia Capital. And you can look through the funding history and see all the different things that have happened, the mergers and acquisitions. And it's really just a very powerful tool. And these are just the beginning analytics that can be run on all the different companies here. And it's a very strong way to be able to track how technology in China, everything from startups to the large corporations like Tencent at a $400 billion market cap, are changing and they're growing, and what the trends are. And so this is probably the best way to track all of this. And then with all this data, we at ReadWrite can create various ebooks and do the analysis for you. And it can come up with examples like this, or this, or this. And these are all examples of what an ebook created monthly or quarterly by all the information within this landscape can actually hold. So in conclusion, this landscape is supposed to be a way that professionals interested in the technology industry in China can track all of the big things and all the big stories, the fundings, the acquisitions, the product launches, the executive moves, and everything going on in that landscape, as well as work for us at ReadWrite so we can produce additional content such as video content, written content, both in English and Mandarin, to supplement all of the information surrounding the landscape in the first place. I hope you find the landscape interesting. I hope you check in to see our weekly video content and check out readwrite.com for additional write-ups and articles about everything going on in this landscape, as well as look for our newsletter being launched in the future that will summarize this landscape on a weekly basis. All right. Thank you. This is Clayton Jacobs. Goodbye.